From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. Pushes him over, and he works free. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards to the 16 and a 1st down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That one taken in by T. Higgins. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
He's got a man complete. It's Clay. So nothing doing there, and that will bring up 2nd down. The Bengals had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back to throw here. That's to his rookie wideout from Wisconsin. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Here's Jackson to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. After the penalty, it's Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Jackson now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled him a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 25-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. He'll take it inside the 25. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd down and 8. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. On the move to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Henry again on 2nd down. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Throwing is Jackson. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals, because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 23. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Here's 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. He's into the secondary, and he will score. Down, Cincinnati. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now it's 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Benson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Real quick. Report. Hey, middle.
To throw again is Jackson. He's going to air one out. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And now he is just 2 catches away from 1,000 on his career. 998 currently. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Second and 11.
65, Chap 60, Chap 60.
He'll drop to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Let's go. Come 19, Warriors 17.
Here's 2nd and 8. Flush to his right.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw.
That is caught. He's across midfield.
And finally brought down at the 38. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. 2nd and 3. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Well, now we watch everything with great anticipation because he just had his 999th reception. And yes, math majors, the next one, a big one, 1,000.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Wanna quit? Report!
On 1st down, it's Benson. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. Now it's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 162, tying him with LaDainian Tomlinson for 3rd place all time. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
19 tight.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, 4th quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. 2nd and 9 now. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Jackson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side going to be taken in by Henry. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space.
But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. To throw is Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Benson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll get this down to the 38.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Jackson now. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. The Bengals drive about to get going. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one, because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll set up to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a first down, but it's a big play to boot.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This is 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Bell.
Intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go, set! Set, go!
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Yo.
One last shot for Jackson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Cincinnati, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.